like appreciating these symptoms because I'm so glad to be pregnant. So like I'm appreciating diarrhea. I'm like, woo, diarrhea, or like pains in my breasts, or like nausea feeling. I'm like, oh, feeling a little nauseous. Like, hey guys. So I am finally sitting down to make a video that I have literally been dreaming about making for almost a year now. And I'm still in shock a little bit. If you don't know me already, hello, hi, my name is Madison. I make cleaning videos, lots and lots of cleaning, organization, basically just videos to inspire you guys. But I'm also a mom of 2 boys. I homeschool and I am pregnant with baby number 3. A lot of you have been following along on my TTC journey, and I'm so thankful for you guys because I will talk about it a little bit in this video, but it was definitely an emotional journey. So I just want to dive right into it. I am officially like 5 weeks and 4 days-ish. I don't have like a set due date yet because of course I feel like my hands are crazy. I'm just so excited. I haven't been to the doctor yet, but that's like my estimated due date from my last period. And yeah, so we're gonna get into it. I got a list here. We're talking about a lot of stuff, a lot of stuff. Okay, so let's just get into my long list of things I want to talk to you guys about. So I'm gonna be talking to you guys about our TTC journey, just a little bit about it because it was a very emotional journey and it wasn't the longest journey in the world, but it was definitely a lot longer than we expected. I'm also gonna talk to you guys about some early pregnancy symptoms. I did post a video before I even knew I was pregnant, guys. It was crazy, saying that I might be pregnant and my early pregnancy symptoms. So I'll link that video. But in this one, I'm gonna talk about like the whole, like all of my early pregnancy symptoms, about finding out, telling my husband I'm pregnant, his reaction, telling family and friends, their reaction, my current symptoms. Got a lot of current symptoms. Even like a bump shot, at least I think I will. Obviously, I'm not showing it all yet. I'm just bloated. We'll talk about the bloating. But guys, it's kind of like a huge insecurity for me to show my stomach right now because I still am about 30 pounds overweight from when I had my last baby. Oh, I will also tell you guys my weight. Yes, I am going to keep track of my weight this pregnancy because I want to try to just stay in the healthy range. I gained way too much weight in my last pregnancy, so I will share that as well, but please be nice when I show you guys my stomach. Like, I feel like every time I watch these types of videos, the girls like this early on just have this super flat stomach, or they'll claim they're bloated, but it's just like, there's nothing there. I don't know, anyway. So let's just get into it. So the TTC journey, it took us about 10 months to get pregnant, which was a pretty big surprise to me because with my first 2, they weren't planned. And so it was just like, you know, pregnant right away kind of thing. And I just never imagined myself having trouble at all getting pregnant. Not that 10 months is like a super long time. It really just took an emotional toll on me. I would say it was definitely difficult on our marriage, like tough on our marriage. And I feel like a lot of people don't like talking about marriage stuff. Maybe they think it's distasteful, I don't know. But it was definitely hard on our marriage and our intimate life and everything. And a lot of my close friends that I talked to that it took them a little while to get pregnant, they say the same thing. So yeah, it was tough. But I wanted to talk to you guys about how I finally got pregnant, like what I did differently really quickly. So basically I got the Ava bracelet and I'm gonna be doing an entire like review video on that. So just stay tuned for that. Now, I can't say that that is what caused me to get pregnant because I had only had it for like 15 days or so when I got pregnant, and it really takes at least a month for it to start to accurately track your cycle and learn your cycle. So I wouldn't say that, you know, I didn't follow it to get pregnant, but it definitely helped me calm down because I had hope. It was so hard to keep my faith and not lose hope during this time. And I really feel like God was teaching me so much during this time about having faith in Him, even through difficult trials, and still trusting in Him. So I definitely think, oh, I'm gonna cry. I definitely think that this was like a good learning experience for me, but it was hard. It was definitely hard. And I know that stress affects your body, and I really think that having the Ava bracelet allowed me to relax and think, okay, this is gonna help. I have so many friends that got pregnant within 3 months with this bracelet, and I think it just helped my body just relax and calm down. So that's what that did for me. That was something different. But then I was also doing the digital clear blue ovulation tests, and I had only been doing those for like 3-ish months. So technically it takes most people about at least 3 months to get pregnant. And I really believe in those tests. I don't like the strip tests that just basically say when you're supposedly about to ovulate within like 12 to 48 hours or something crazy. I don't think they give you enough information. What I liked about the digital test was it gives you a fertile window. So I would usually have at least 4 days that it was telling me I was fertile. We would try during those days. That's what we did this time. And then you get your peak, and you're supposed to try that day and the day after, and that is what we did this time as well. Now, in the 3 months I was using the digital ovulation tests, I don't think we always tried the day after the peak, and I think that may be important. So that may be something different that we did as well. So I really think that helped us get pregnant, and then me just relaxing. My husband and I were just like so happy during this past month, getting along really well, not being so stressed about the trying to conceive stuff. So I really think that's, you know, how we got pregnant. But anyway, let's move on from that to early pregnancy symptoms. Now, as I said, I talked about this in another video, but I did want to mention a few other things. So all of my symptoms leading up to 9 DPO, which is when I got my positive, which guys, that's early. That is 5 days before your expected period or 6 days before your missed period. So that is like as early as the, you know, whatever the first response tests say that you can test. I feel like I could have maybe gotten a positive at 8 DPO, but that's neither here nor there because I didn't test on that day. I tried to be patient and wait. But yeah, so my tests, my pregnancy symptoms up to 9 DPO were very small, and that's why it's so easy for you to mistake your symptoms. But one thing I noticed that was a big difference was I've been getting this acne around my chin, and normally that happens right before my period starts, but I got it a week before my period was supposed to start, or a little bit more than that. So that was a big sign to me. I was feeling slightly nauseous and my breasts were a little tender, but at the same time, I have felt that way. Like that's just, I think, a part of a woman's life and cycle during her, you know, just phases anyway. So I can't say for sure that those were symptoms, but I definitely noticed them, and I definitely had this like feeling that I might be pregnant, obviously, since I posted that video. Then after 9 DPO, my symptoms started to really ramp up. I'm still not having extreme nausea just yet. My nausea, my morning sickness doesn't really go into full force. This is like the calm before the storm, basically. Around like 6 to 8 weeks is when I start to get super bad morning sickness all day long, and I get that throughout the entire first trimester. At least that's how it was with my first 2. So that's what I'm expecting with this pregnancy. But so I haven't gotten that yet, and actually it's so nice to know this early. This is the earliest I've ever known, because I feel like I'm trying to like get the house clean and just do as much as I can, finish up our homeschooling semester, just do as much as possible, so when I am super sick and super tired, I get so tired that I will be able to just rest a little bit more. So I love this like little time. I'm really cherishing it now that I know after 2 babies that this is really a time to cherish, because it's gonna be rough for a little bit, but we'll get through it. We'll get through it. So yeah, this is the calm before the storm. Things are going well. I'll get into my current symptoms in a little bit. So telling my husband, I really wanted to surprise him. I wanted to like just make a day of it, like get my positive test in the morning. I planned this in my head for months and months and months. This is what happens when you're trying for multiple months. You start like planning all these things. I wanted to like go to Target and get like some sweet gift and like have a package arrive or something and him open it. But one thing that kept me from doing that was I know my husband, he's not the type that likes that kind of stuff. It's just not like his thing. And I knew too that like if I filmed it or whatever, it's not like he was gonna be like, oh my gosh. And I will explain to you guys why he would not react that way. First of all, that's just not his personality. But second of all, he gets a little bit nervous, which I didn't even really realize. That was something I learned, a new thing I've learned in our marriage, that he's told me he gets really nervous for me and the baby during this time. And so it's hard for him to just get super overexcited, and I get that. Like, it's kind of hard because it's happening to me. I'm pregnant. I'm so excited. But I also understand that because it is scary. Like, I am only 5 weeks pregnant and miscarriages can happen. And I pray that it does not, and things are looking good. You can check out my pregnancy progression test video if you want. That was like 2 videos ago. I will link that as well. But everything looked good there, and I haven't had any spotting or any major cramping or anything like that. So far everything is looking good, but you really just never know. So for him, it's just hard for him to get overly excited because he kind of gets this like fear. And I just thought that was a really interesting and a good thing for us ladies. Most of you are probably women watching this. To remember, like, think about what your husband is going through, or your spouse or whatever is going through this time, and that they're probably feeling something a little different than you because this is not happening to their body. But what they're feeling is still valid, you know? So anyway, I was gonna surprise him, but then I came out into the kitchen. He was like getting ready to leave for work, and I thought he had heard me in the bathroom, and I was like, did you hear me? Did you hear me in there? And he's like, what? I'm like, no, why? I'm like, oh, nothing at all. Don't worry about it. I just wondered if you heard me in the bathroom. And he's like, tell me, like, what's going on? Like, he knows me too well. I cannot hide things from him. And it was like upsetting him. He was like worried, like, what's happening? So I just blurted it out and told him that I was pregnant. And then we went to the bathroom, and you guys saw this if you saw the live pregnancy test video. But I just immediately like went into the bathroom. Once we got in there, I turned on the camera, and as he was looking at the test, I showed you guys that reaction. But yeah, I couldn't keep it from him. It was just too difficult. But I really thought it was sweet. Like, at first, I wanted him to be so overly excited, and so I was kind of annoyed by that. But then the more I thought about it and understood, like, I think it's really sweet how, you know, he just really wants me to be okay and the baby to be okay, of course, right? Okay. Sorry if I'm talking kind of fast and crazy, but I don't want this video to be too long. I have a lot of things to talk about in this video. I am interested, guys. Please tell me how many pregnancy updates you want, like every 2 weeks or once a month. I don't want to like overload you guys. Whenever I do an update, I want to have lots of things to say. I want it to be interesting. I don't want it to just be like week to week, me saying my symptoms. I'll do like a Q&A with my husband, one pregnancy update, if you guys would like that. And I'm gonna be talking about the gender reveal in a future video, so I'm so excited about that because it's gonna be Christmas themed, and I cannot wait to share all my ideas about that with you guys. But anyway, so telling family and friends, this was fun. So I told my husband, and then I went and told my oldest, and he was very excited for me. He actually knew. It's kind of crazy. You see it in the live pregnancy test video. I talk about it in there a little bit, but it was so weird. Every month he would always say he didn't think I was pregnant, but that month he was like, I think you have a baby in your tummy. Like, I think there's a baby in your tummy that came down from heaven. Like, super weird. There were a lot of things like that were also happening. Like, Henry would lift up my shirt and try to like touch my belly, and he never does that with anyone. He only does that with himself. Like, we'll be like, where's your belly? And he'll lift up his belly and pat on it, and it's really cute. That's my 21-month-old. But he never does that with anyone else. And he was starting to do that with me, which was weird. And I don't know, there were just a lot of other things that like made me think, like, just signs outside of pregnancy symptoms that made me think I was pregnant. So Carter's reaction was really sweet. Then I went and told one of my BFFs. Well, I texted my best friend that lives in Arizona and told her I was pregnant. And then I went to my BFF that lives here. She just lives like a street away. It's so amazing. And she has a boy that's close in age to Henry. And I told her I wasn't pregnant because she knew I was testing. So I lied and said I wasn't pregnant. And then I brought the pregnancy test to her house because we were already planning on meeting that day and hanging out, and I just like handed her the test, and she was like, what? And jumping up and down, and she had a really big fun reaction, so that was special. And so yeah, that was really exciting. And then I went to lunch with my mom the next day, and I told her, and she was so excited. She claimed she had a feeling or knew, I don't know, but she was very excited. We told my dad when Carter went to a golf lesson, he came with us to a golf lesson, and I get really weird about telling my dad I'm pregnant. I don't know why. It's like so funny. I'm like, I'm a 28-year-old woman with 2 kids and a husband, but for some reason I still feel weird about telling my dad I'm pregnant, so I made Carter do it. I was like, Carter, tell Grandpa, and so he said, my mommy's pregnant. So that was sweet. Jared ended up telling his parents. Now this is kind of a funny story, and I guess I'll just throw this into the video. It's kind of personal, but the day we always go to their house for dinner on Thursday nights, and so we were just gonna tell them then together, and I was really excited actually. I had a poem that I wanted to either read to them myself or to Carter, this like cute poem about telling grandparents you're pregnant. I just had like all these plans of like us as a family telling them. But then the day we were going over there, I had like a breakdown. I swear it was like a pregnancy mood swing. I mean, I have these sometimes where I'm just like, I have a lot of like, I don't know, balls I'm carrying. Is that the right term? Probably not. But I have a lot of things going on in my life with YouTube, homeschooling, being a mom of 2, trying to take care of the house, being a wife. And my husband came home and I just lost it. The house was a mess and I just lost it. So we ended up not going over to dinner that night, and then my husband just ended up telling them over the phone, and they were very excited. My husband said that my mother-in-law was screaming, and they were very happy. But then I ended up getting mad at my husband for telling them, even though he said he was going to, so I could have told him not to. But I ended up getting mad about that, and so, I don't know, it was this huge ordeal. Please tell me I'm not the only one. I don't know, I probably am, but yeah, so that was kind of a funny thing. So they didn't hear it from me, and then we go to church with them, so on Saturday nights, so when we saw them at church, they hugged me and everything was good. But yeah, so that's how that all went. And then let's see, okay, current symptoms. One thing, guys, that I've noticed in a lot of early pregnancy symptoms videos that I have watched is diarrhea. Now, pregnancy is not like, it's a lot of TMI. It's not pretty. Like, it's really funny because you get this most amazing gift at the end of it. You get a child, and like, there is no greater gift than that. Like, appreciating these symptoms because I'm so glad to be pregnant. So like, I'm appreciating diarrhea. I'm like, woo, diarrhea, or like pains in my breasts, or like nausea feeling. I'm like, oh, feeling a little nauseous. Like, so it's weird, but yeah, so diarrhea is something I've definitely had, but I did not have it before 9 DPO. So if you're that early, don't be discouraged because I didn't have it then. I would say I had it like, maybe starting like 11 DPO is when I started having diarrhea like every day. I think I had it twice today. So bloating, a big thing. I actually got scared one night because we had kind of like a bigger meal with a lot of meat in it, and we just hadn't been eating that way as much, just in general. But I got extremely bloated and felt just horrible. And so part of it was, I think, was what I ate, but then also it's definitely the pregnancy. Like, I feel bloated basically all the time now, which is kind of funny because like, you don't really look pregnant, but you kind of feel pregnant. Like, the baby apparently is the size of a lentil right now, which I think is really cute. A week ago, it was the size of a quinoa, which I also think is cute, a little quinoa. That is what my Ava app. I use the Ava pregnancy app because I still have the bracelet, and I use that every night, which I'll talk to you guys about in a couple weeks in that video. So that's the fun thing about the Ava bracelet, is even though I'm not trying to conceive anymore, now I'm just using the Ava bracelet as I'm pregnant, which is cool, and it tracks things while you're pregnant. So really liking that, and I'll talk more about that soon. Oh, my first appointment, I scheduled it today. I'm so excited. It's November 27th. I cannot wait. Like that, I feel like after you see the baby, like you go to your first appointment, you see the baby and everything, that to me is when I'm like, okay, like a sigh of relief, like everything is okay. Even though you're not quite out of the first trimester at that point, it just feels like everything's okay. So I'm really looking forward to that. And I just want to see the little peanut, see the little quinoa, lentil, or it'll be bigger by that point. So, oh, I do love the pregnancy apps because they show you like what your baby looks like. Right now, it looks like a Charmander. That's what my family calls it. Carter actually wishes it would be a Charmander. So, or I would say alien, but you know, either way, it looks funky right now, but it's crazy how quickly it starts to look like a baby. And of course, to me, it already is a baby. It's just a funky looking baby. Anyway, so yeah, I'm so excited for that first appointment. And then I'm gonna get my blood test like very shortly after that. And so then we'll get, you know, all the results back of hopefully a very healthy baby, but then also the gender. And then in my next pregnancy update, I will talk to you guys about my gender reveal plans. And I'll probably take you guys shopping with me because it's gonna be a Christmas gender reveal. And oh, I'm just so excited about that. Okay, now I guess I'm supposed to show you my stomach, which I don't really wanna do. Oh, I don't wanna do it. I'm gonna stand up. Now, guys, I'm 30 pounds overweight, but I know that there are women out there who are like me, who start their pregnancy off. Okay, this is one thing I need to say real quick. I want to be healthy. Like, I don't have to have this like 6-pack or anything like that. What worries me, like I am insecure about my weight right now, like it does affect me emotionally sometimes, but the biggest thing that worries me about starting off my pregnancy a little bit overweight is that I don't want to cause a risk to myself or the baby if I gain a ton of weight during this pregnancy on top of already being like 30 pounds overweight. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so guys, I weigh about 155 pounds right now, which kills me. I wanna get to my fighting weight, as I call it, which is 125 pounds. That's normally how much I weigh. So yeah, I'm gonna try prenatal yoga, and I'm just trying to find a place. It's actually been difficult to like get a hold of people. It's kind of annoying. And I'm gonna try and go on walks every single day. I'm starting at 30 minutes, hoping to get to like an hour every single day. And then just eat clean and healthy and nutritious foods for myself and the baby. But yeah, so okay, I will show you guys my stomach. I look with the shirt on, you know, hopefully, I mean, maybe I almost do look pregnant, you guys, because I haven't lost, like, a lot of the weight I'm carrying, I feel like, is in my stomach. And like, since it was from my last pregnancy, I feel like it looks like a pregnant belly. So yeah, that's embarrassing. But then here it is in all its glory. I am wearing kind of like high-waisted pants, so maybe I should lower that. So okay, but yeah, so definitely bloated and just not feeling, you know, sexy, that's for sure. Just feeling not great about it. But I want to show you guys because I know I'm not alone in looking like this at 5 weeks pregnant. Oh, and there's my son coming. So, almost done, Carter. They're playing outside while I film this video. So, okay guys, that is it. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave a comment below letting me know how far along you are if you're pregnant. Please let me know how often you want me to do these updates, if there's anything I missed, if you have any questions for a Q&A. I think that's it. Okay, bye guys. Oh, and please like this video if you enjoyed it. All right, that's it.